So today's video tutorial is about textured crochet stitches. So there are four textured crochet stitches: the bobble stitch, the puff stitch, the cluster stitch and the popcorn stitch. So first we are going to start with the puff stitch. The symbol for puff stitch is like this with a bar at the top. It can have any number of strands, a puff stitch. So therefore the number of strands in a puff stitch is the number of lines that are shown here. So if it's a 3-strand puff stitch, then there will be 3 lines. If it's a 4-strand, then it will be 4 lines. And if it is 5, 6, 7, that many number of lines there will be in this design, in this crochet symbol. At the top, there is always a bar which shows that all these stitches are joined together at the top. So in puff stitch, we use half double crochet stitches, and these are worked into puffs. So the next design is a popcorn stitch. Again, it has many number of uh, stitches that go into the same stitch. So it can be either double crochets or treble crochets. The popcorn stitch can be made with double crochet stitches or treble crochet stitches. Again, the number will vary according to the design you want to make. For example, it has 3 double crochets, so you will see the sign of 3 double crochets. They are attached here at the base, and there is a arc sign at the top. So what this arc sign actually means is that there is the pattern of popcorn stitches to take the loop out of the last double crochet that you make and pull it through the first one. So it gives a arc shape on the top, and also this design, like puff stitch design, is joined at the top. The second one is a 4 double crochet popcorn stitch. It can be a 5 double crochet popcorn stitch or as many number stitches you want. And with a treble crochet popcorn stitch, you will simply have 2 slanting lines here in the middle, which shows that it is made up of, this particular popcorn stitch is made up of 3 treble crochets, which are again joined at the top. Next come bobble stitch and the cluster stitch. Now the difference between a bobble stitch and the cluster stitch is just one, which I will explain a little later. First, let us understand what is the thing common between bobble stitch and cluster stitch. Both these stitches are made up of incomplete stitches. That means either incomplete double crochet or incomplete treble crochet. And then also both these stitches are joined at the top like these two cluster stitches. So the bobble stitch has this kind of a symbol. Suppose 3 double crochet bobble stitch, it will have a bar at the top which shows it is joined at the top, that all the 3 stitches are joined at the top, and they are joined also at the base. A 5 double or a 4 double crochet stitch bobble will be like this: 4 double crochets joining at the end, and on top they have a bar. Then there is a 5 double crochet bobble stitch, again joined at the top, with which is shown with this bar, just like the puff stitch. Also it can have treble crochets, so 1 2 3 double crochet bobble stitch will be made like this with a bar at the top, and so on. 5 can be made like this with 5 lines, and two slanting lines cutting them in the middle, showing that it's a treble crochet, then joined at the top. Cluster stitches are also similar to bobble stitch. Now we come to the difference. The cluster stitch is similar to bobble stitch in the sense that it's an incomplete stitch which is made up of incomplete double crochets or treble crochets. But where bobble stitch is joined at the end, just like popcorn and puff stitch, this means that these stitches are either made in a single stitch, all these stitches are made in a single stitch, or in a single chain space. That's why they are joined at the base. But a cluster stitch is different here. It is not made in a single stitch or a single chain space. It can vary over a number of chain space and a number of stitches or a combination of both. So, for example, there will be a bar at the top because they are joined at the top, but they are made in different stitches. So, suppose there are 3 double crochet cluster stitch, so it is going to be like this, or sometimes the lines are a little bit curved like this. For example, this is a 5 double crochet cluster stitch joined at the top but not at the end because they are made in different stitches or different chain spaces or different chain spaces and stitches. Similarly, for a treble crochet, you can have like a 4 treble crochet stitch not joined at the end and but bar at the top showing joined at the top. So these are the different kinds of texture stitches, and you know which stitches are used in which, except for the puff stitch where we use half double crochet. For the rest of the stitches you can use either double crochet or treble crochet or higher uh, crochet stitches. And in popcorn stitch there is a arc or sometimes a circle at the top, but all others have bars at the top. That means they are joined together at the top, but here because the last crochet stitch is pulled through the first crochet stitch, there is a arc sign. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have learned uh, something from this tutorial, and you will use it for reading patterns and practice it, and you will find it very easy after you learn the crochet symbols. First start with the patterns with simpler designs, and then go to the patterns with complex designs, and learning crochet symbols and using patterns makes the life of a crocheter very easy. So thank you for watching this video.